Nigel, most people you spoke to before the game would have talked about this as a must-win. I hate the phrase, but you must be sick of hearing it. What about a 0-0 today?
No, not good enough for us. I would have liked to have seen our attacking players to have committed more to getting the win. I thought we were a bit safe and laboured today. That's not really been something that I can say too often this season. I think we've been, for the most part, very creative and committed to putting our opponents on the back foot. I thought today we weren't that. I don't think, apart from the glaring miss that they had in the first half, and let's be honest, it was a glaring miss. They didn't really have too many opportunities during the game. I have to say that we didn't create as many as I would have liked as well, because we were, for whatever reason today, we did not, apart from Vardy, who worked them throughout the game, we didn't really cause them enough problems.
Does that surprise you at this stage of the game?
Well, it does in some ways, but then again, you've got to factor in the situation and sometimes the fact that players will occasionally react negatively to the circumstances. But we've got 10 games left, 6 of them at home. We've got to win. I think we've got to try and win at least 5 of those.
That's a tall order, Nigel.
It is a very tall order at this stage, but that's where we're at, and there's no point hiding from the situation. We've got games in which people would expect us to do okay in. Today would be one of those games, but I suppose what that does, it shows you how tough it is to, they came and in all honesty, I'm sure Steve will be really pleased with the point, because it keeps the distance between the two sides as it was before the game and another game out the way. So in all honesty, I'm sure they're quite pleased with the result, but it's not what we're looking for, and it's certainly the performance wasn't really what I was looking for either.
And against 10 men in the latter stages as well, and your opposite number was pretty disappointed with some of the things he saw in terms of yellow cards. He didn't have too many arguments with the 2 yellows and the red. Would you have a view on that? I know it didn't necessarily go against your side, but as a general point, do you think he has a point?
What's the point of me commenting on another manager's disappointment and what happens?
How about your view on it?
But I've had enough. Hang on, I've had enough to deal with over the last few weeks in terms of things not going our way. Why should I be overly empathetic towards somebody else? I don't think any of those decisions particularly cost them. Decisions that haven't gone our way recently have certainly cost us. So, I don't see that I have to be particularly sympathetic or empathetic towards marginal decisions that don't go our way or go our way. That's life. I think a draw is probably a fair result on the balance of play. They're probably a lot more pleased with the draw than we are. I'm disappointed with how we played today, and I've not said that too many times this season. So, in the context of what was at stake today, then that's quite a big statement.
And finally, time not on your side, as you well know. How do you change things in your favour in the next few games, few weeks, because you need to?
Well, I might have to change the personnel if we're getting to a point where players are possibly not dealing with the situation in the right way. What I will say is that that's not really happened very often, but we've got a relatively fit squad, and 10 games in which we can affect. The rest of them that we can't, but the 10 games that we've got ourselves, we need to try and affect, and I'll be working hard with the players to make sure that happens, because it's not a case of looking for an out, it's looking for how we find a solution to. Today's a disappointing performance from us, because I think we generally speaking have been a lot better than that. When you play the system that we played today, and it was basically 3-4-3, we didn't really have to defend with any more than 3 today. I would expect us to create more opportunities, and we haven't done.